Well, typically, the more you make of something, the cheaper it is. We live in a world where efficiency of scale influences everything from what we wear to where we live, which has only increased the value of those things handmade. We begin today with a gentleman from Lawton, Oklahoma, who has spent his entire life crafting what have become some of the most highly sought out saddles in the world.
Willard Moody, he was in yesterday. Willard Moody lives in Arizona. He made the finals 10 times. And he wrote.
Taking a tour of the Lawton, Oklahoma saddle shop of 84-year-old Howard Council is like traveling back through rodeo history. On these walls is the story of a lifetime spent handcrafting saddles for a who's who of champion calf ropers and their mounts.
I remember the horses about as well as I remember. Someone said, what would you name a book if you wrote it? I said, I think it'd be Horses I Have Known. There's Roy there on topper years ago, and here he is on Whit. There's Barry Burke, 1981. That horse there's called Bandit. He was roping horse of the year. And there's C.R. Boucher, the first world champion I ever made a saddle for. This year they voted Sweetness, roping horse of the year, that Clint's riding, and I had my saddle on him, of course. And this is Strand Smith with a horse he had called Rifleman. He was roping horse of the year one year. This is Jimmy Cooper, 1981, had this little horse here called Jerkline. This is a great horse right here at one time, Grumpy. And there's Trevor, of course. He's one of a kind. It's one of the last saddles I made for Trevor. I made it for a little horse he had called Texaco.
It might be quicker to name the champion tie-down horses and ropers for which Howard Council has not made saddles. Completely self-taught, Howard's an innovator who used his own roping experience and a relentless pursuit of quality to create the saddle of choice for the world's greatest.
All the way I shaped the seats, the way I got the fenders hanging where they won't go back, and making them where you can ride a shorter seat, which I think is better. All of that I've come up on my own. I never did try to mimic anyone.
Trevor, Brazile, that's a pretty good catch. Good morning, Trevor, Brazile.
In my mind, he's the best that's ever been, and I'm proud to know that I have a couple of his saddles, you know, because when there's something going wrong with a horse or anything, there's something you can say, well, here's one way to find out if it's a saddle. I'll throw my Howard Council, and if he doesn't work in it, he won't work in anything. So that's how high I am on Howard Council's work and his saddles.
These saddles are so coveted by cowboys and collectors that at times Howard has had more than 100 on the waiting list.
Well, some of them finally quit calling, and some of them I didn't know what happened. In fact, some of them even died, like Ben Johnson. Boy, I wanted to make his so bad, and he died before I got to. I laughed. Barry Switzer, I never had met him before, and I met him here a few weeks ago. And somebody was there, this professional football player that I made one for, and he said, I know guys are having them made that don't even have a horse. Barry said, you must be a hell of a salesman if you can sell a saddle to somebody who doesn't have a horse.
Along the way, Howard has made fans of music legends Garth Brooks and George Strait.
Council Saddle Shop.
But the star of Howard's life is his wife, Genevieve, who handles what he calls the headaches of the business and who never doubted when he gave up a steady paycheck to take a chance making saddles.
Instead of being discouraged, she encouraged me. There's 2 or 3 times there I was tempted to go get a job where we'd have a paycheck. And she said, no, you keep going, do what you want to do. Well, she stood behind me. So I'm proud of that. If it hadn't been for her, I couldn't have done it.
Their daughter Carol and her children and grandchildren have all played here in the shop. And to make a long story short, as Howard likes to say, it's been a great life, topped off now by the greatest honor he can imagine.
I'm so happy right now with it. I still can't believe it. I can't believe it's happening.
It's just been a pleasure knowing you and being able to ride your saddles. It's been an honor.
So here's to Old Smoky, who taught a little Oklahoma boy to love horses and made cowboy history.
And our thanks go out to Jennifer Reynolds and Sand Burr Productions, who shot that piece for Mr. Council's introduction to the Western Heritage Hall of Fame. Now, if you'd like to see just some of the famous people that ride a Howard Council saddle, just head to our website at okhorizon.com and take a look at a show we did with Mr. Council a few years back.